Hi Pisces, this is Kacee. I wanted to do a reading for you guys because we are in Mercury retrograde in Pisces, and we are also having a Libra full moon on the 20th. And because they're all about emotions with the Pisces and intuition, Libra is all about relationships. So I thought it would be a good idea to pull some tarot to see if it can give us any guidance. So this is a general reading, of course, so please take the messages how they may fit for you. And I hope that you do get something from the readings that can apply and give you a little guidance. So the full moon in Libra is, like I said, is all about relationships, personal relationships at work, family members, all that kind of thing. So we want to try to keep that as balanced as humanly possible in a full moon. And as you know, when we have full moons, it usually wreaks havoc on us because there's so much energy, and that's where, we don't act ourselves because we feel all the energy from the universe. And of course, we're Mercury retrograde in Pisces, which means that's about our intuition and making sure that we are on the right track. And both of them have their goods and their bads in regards to retrogrades and full moons. Full moons bring things to light so that we can work on them. And the same thing with the retrograde, they do the same thing. It allows us to step back and look at our situations and our relationships from a different perspective. So we are going to pull a couple cards here for you, and we're going to start with your energy of financial constraints and door to romance. So when we have those two particular cards, that tells me that you're working very, very hard. The things that you're working on have not paid off financially for you yet. There's a lot of love in what you're doing. There's a love around you for this reading as well. This could be a romantic love that you are just starting out with something with someone, and you just getting married and just putting money away to buy a house, that kind of thing. That's where financial constraints might come in. You could be changing jobs to better fit a relationship, moving maybe your schedule from nights to days or something along those lines. So there does seem that whatever you're doing it because you love this person, you love this journey that you're on. There's something that you are looking forward to, but it's not a big money maker. So let's see where we can pull a message in regards to how Mercury is influencing us. And I'm going to use major arcanas from this deck. Let's see what we have. That's too many. Alright, Pisces, we're just going to cut the deck the old-fashioned way. And we have destiny. Okay, so that's our Mercury message. And then we're going to get one for maybe the full moon from Libra. That's beautiful. Even though it's not going to pay off like right now, it is your destiny. This is where you're supposed to be. If you notice, you have 13 and 3. So we have the 3s up in here. And the 3s are all about expansion and making things happen. And then you have the 10, which is usually the beginning of a new cycle in the tarot, and that is destiny here. And if you notice, she seems very spiritual. She feels very grounded. All her parts are very happy. She's happy emotionally. She's happy financially, spiritually. The things around her are giving her pleasure. So this is where you feel very balanced and grounded. So this is beautiful energy for you, Pisces, for the Mercury retrograde. Now, where we have the full moon in Libra in relationships, this is coming up as deceit. Now, deceit can be a couple different things. Can be where someone is trying to be like the 7 of Swords and pull the wool over your eyes. This could be also internal, where you're not seeing the big picture. You're not seeing what's in front of you. So it could be some self-deceit because you might need to switch your perspective a little bit. So let's go ahead and do some mental and physical challenges here. Sometimes the deceit when it comes to being a personal nature is that we need to really get real with ourselves and see what's going on. And here we have trapped in fear is your mental. That is like the Eight of Swords, where there's isolation, restriction. But it's kind of like you're doing it to yourself, because this is all mental. These are your worries, your concerns, your fears, that kind of thing, where you're making this happen. You're stressing yourself out because of the unknown, the answers that you don't have, that kind of thing. This is not something that someone's doing to you. And here we have firm foundation, and that is your physical. So you have earned what is coming, that is going to be your destiny, that is going to fill you with love. You have the firm emotional, physical, and intellectual foundations that you're going to be able to handle whatever comes up. So you are stressing yourself out right now, possibly over something that someone did to you, with the deceit card. But you are going to make it through. This is where it's destiny. Whatever is happening right now is divine, and it's supposed to be helping you get through this particular situation. So with the Mercury retrograde bringing it up, and then the Libra with the relationships for the full moon, it's giving you a lot of energy to kind of put this situation to rest once and for all. Because this is a lot of energy to handle, because it's about emotions, using your intuition, and your family and friends and all your relationships are going to get involved. So it's going to get kind of sticky on the home front in that aspect. Now, this is going to be your emotion card, and you feel like you've lost something. Something where it's very hard for you to go through. This is something where you have some regret. This is like the Five of Cups. Something that happened disappointed you. Your feelings were hurt. There's no doubt about it. So we're going to pull one more card here for what the spirit message is going to be, and then we're going to draw some clarifiers. I really think that you're doing something for someone else, which is causing the financial constraints. Like maybe you're not taking that job that you want because of what you feel that you owe this other person, even if they're not being on the up and up with you right now, and you're afraid you're not making the right choice, and you have to give something out because you're afraid that you're not giving yourself that firm foundation. But you have to look back and be like, look how far you've come already. And, if you survived all the other things up until this point, so what makes you think that you can't handle the things that are coming at you in the future? Yeah, so spirit message is obstacles and challenges. When we have the obstacles and challenges, though, especially in Mercury retrograde and with the Libra full moon, this is where it may look like there's not a lot of opportunities here. It's just like obstacle after obstacle after obstacles. But as you chop through all that stuff, at the end is where you're going to be rewarded. That's where as our journey goes through and we are able to overcome these things, we become stronger, we become smarter. We don't step in the same pitfalls that we did before, because now we know we have some life experience under our belt. The deceit card here and the trapped in fear, I think you're afraid of losing someone over a situation that had happened. So we'll get some clarifiers, but I wanted to do a possible outcome card for you, and that's the Palace of Wands, and it's in the upright. So that's very important to keep in mind when you're feeling that you've lost this person or this opportunity, because the Palace of Wands is all about foundations. It's all about new ideas. It's all about moving forward. So this is wonderful as a possible outcome. I'm going to do a clarifier on the deceit card and see what message that brings us. And we have the Nine of Cups. So when we have Nine of Cups with the deceit, that is where we're telling ourselves that everything's fine. You know, we're going to have, you know, the happy family and the get-togethers and everything else, and we're just going to brush it off, and we're not going to put a lot of time and energy into it. It's something that you're going to kind of look away and be like, it is what it is. I'm not going to stress about it. However, showing right here that you're stressing a little bit, but you're going to put on that facade that you don't care. However, you do care. You care very much. So in order for this particular situation to kind of let it unravel the way it's supposed to, you're going to have to turn the other cheek right now. Listen to your inner voice. Listen to what you think is the most beneficial way to handle this situation. This is not something that was done like to really hurt you. It's more like someone had hurt your feelings and saying something or doing something that wasn't that was kind of hurtful, like, you know, leaving you out or something like that. So yeah, here, see, they did really hurt your feelings. Trapped in fear, and then the Three of Swords in reverse. But you're going to know how to release this. You're going to understand that because of all the love that's in here, even though that your feelings were hurt, it wasn't done maliciously. It wasn't done because, you know, they really were trying to hurt you. They just did not use the right words at the right time. Yeah, we have the King of Pentacles in reverse, and that is someone who's trying to control the situation. Being that the King, I want to say that it's an authoritative figure, parent, boss, significant other, uncles, you know, aunts, whatever like that. So this is someone that you can't really speak your mind to, because you have to be appropriate in your situations, and you have to show respect to the person that's in the authoritative figure. You will be able to figure out how to forgive them for their remarks. But this is also a learning opportunity for you, because that's why it's coming up right now, for you to understand where they come from, for you to use your higher power and think outside of your emotions and be more on the intellect as to why this person said what they said. Why did they do what they did? It's not like they're an evil person, but you know, that was very hurtful, that in coming from them, it hurt even twice as much. So please keep in mind that they didn't do it out of anger towards you or really trying to cut you down. It was more because they didn't think before they spoke, and they're just trying to show everyone a lot of happiness, although there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. Everyone can feel emotional loss, so maybe that's where they're coming from as well, but it ended up giving it to you. And I believe your obstacles and your challenges is to find some way, I want these together, find some way for that balance, that you are able to see the obstacles. You're going to be able to rise above it, find a solution, and put this situation in the proper light. So please keep that in mind as you go through the month, Pisces. This relationship is very important to you, so take the time to really listen to your inner knowing. We all really know what we're supposed to be doing. We like to have some suggestions here and there, but we know deep down inside what is our next step. So please listen to your own higher power. Remember, this is going to be a manifestation situation, so this is a perfect time to get this situation taken care of. Pisces, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I hope that you like and subscribe, because I would love to have you back. Thank you.